Hello. This video is a companion to my other video for parents of children who have disabilities who are being bullied or harassed. As I outlined in this other video, it is the responsibility of schools under both Section 504 and the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, to ensure that students with disabilities receive a free, appropriate public education. The harassment of a student based on their disability or bullying on any basis can result in denial of FAPE that must be remedied by the school. In these situations, the school must conduct a comprehensive investigation. If serious, persistent, or pervasive hurtful conduct is interfering with the student's FAPE, the school must address this in an IEP or 504 team meeting. The IEP or 504 plan must incorporate a plan with steps reasonably calculated to stop the harassment, prevent it from recurring, remedy the harm to your child, and correct the hostile environment. This presentation outlines an approach for parents of children with disabilities who are being bullied or harassed when the school's response has not effectively stopped this from occurring, to request that the school pay for an independent educational evaluation to better investigate what's happening and present a plan. It's possible for parents to file discriminatory harassment complaints with the Oregon Department of Education. The reason it's recommended to first seek an independent education evaluation is that this process should be more rapid, less adversarial, and achieve a more comprehensive, positive outcome. I do recommend that you download and consult a resource, a parent and educator's guide to Section 504 in the school. The link to this is on my site, or just search for it using the title. Under both Section 504 and IDEA, schools must evaluate students either to receive services or reevaluate upon a change in circumstances or parent or teacher request. They must use tools or strategies in this evaluation that focus on the specific need, and the evaluation must be conducted by trained and knowledgeable personnel. If a student with disabilities is being harassed or bullied, this means that the evaluation must focus on whether serious, persistent, or pervasive hurtful conduct directed at the student is interfering with the student's access to education. And this evaluation must be conducted by personnel who are trained in the civil rights requirements, the Section 504 requirements for a response to this situation. You have a right to obtain an independent education evaluation if you disagree with an evaluation conducted by the district. An independent education evaluation is an evaluation conducted by a qualified examiner who's not employed by the district, hence independent. If you request an independent education evaluation, the district must, without delay, either ensure that this is provided or initiate a due process hearing. The district must provide you with criteria. However, if there are unique circumstances that warrant an independent educational evaluation that does not meet their criteria, you have the right to request this. You also have the right to choose who does the independent education evaluation. If the district disagrees, it must request a due process hearing with the Oregon Department of Education to demonstrate that its evaluation was appropriate. The district may argue that you do not have the right to obtain an independent education evaluation because it has not conducted an evaluation. However, if you reported to the school that your child is being bullied or harassed, the principal is required to investigate, to evaluate. If the school did not conduct a comprehensive investigation to determine if your child is being denied a free, appropriate public education, or told you that this is not bullying, so there's nothing that they can do, and or did not hold an IEP meeting to address this situation, then their evaluation was not appropriate. Unfortunately, Section 504 does not specifically state that an independent education evaluation should be paid for by the district. However, there is a provision in Section 504 that requires the school to pay for a medical assessment if this is beyond the ability of the school. And Section 504 requires that the evaluation be done by a trained professional. So if the school did not conduct a comprehensive investigation to determine if your child is being denied free, appropriate public education, or told you that this is not bullying, so there's nothing they can do, or did not hold a 504 meeting to address these concerns, then the evaluator clearly has not been trained in how to respond to these situations. If your child is being denied their ability to learn and the district has denied you the right to obtain an independent education evaluation that they pay for, you can file a Section 504 complaint with the Oregon Department of Education. Some important understandings. Your district is familiar with parents requesting independent education evaluations in other situations. Parents have not been advised, nor have schools been informed, that there's the ability for a parent to request an independent education evaluation in situations of harassment or bullying. This kind of request is new, and so your district may be resistant. However, you do have the right to file a discriminatory harassment complaint. The Oregon Department of Education has been receiving an increasing number of these complaints. Obtaining an independent education evaluation of this situation holds the potential for more rapidly resolving this situation and achieving a positive outcome for all. My objective in providing this guidance is to set up a situation where parents can more rapidly achieve a positive outcome for their child and for other involved students, as well as reduce the number of adversarial discriminatory harassment complaints filed with the Oregon Department of Education. This is the recommended path to proceed if your child is on an IEP. Send a letter to the school requesting an independent education evaluation. Note that your child is experiencing harassment or bullying that is interfering with their ability to learn. Note that this has been reported and the response did not effectively address the situation. You therefore disagree with the evaluation of the school and request an independent education evaluation paid for by the district. Note that this is a unique circumstance that justifies an independent education evaluation that does not meet the district's current criteria, and that as a parent, you have the right to choose who will conduct an IEE. If the district disagrees, the district will have to request a due process hearing with the Oregon Department of Education. You can request, in the context of this hearing, an alternative dispute resolution where you can make your case for the independent education evaluation. You can also file a discriminatory harassment complaint. The path, if your child is on a 504, is a little more complicated. Again, send the letter to the school requesting an independent education evaluation. Note again that your child is experiencing bullying or harassment that is interfering with their ability to learn. Note also that this has been reported and the response did not effectively address the situation. Indicate you disagree with the evaluation of the school and request an independent education evaluation paid for by the district. Note that you realize that Section 504 does not specifically require the district to pay for this, but as the evaluation has not been done by personnel trained in the Section 504 requirements, you feel this request is warranted. Note further that this is a unique situation that justifies an independent education evaluation that does not meet the district's current criteria, and that as a parent, you have the right to choose who conducts an independent education evaluation. If the district disagrees, you can immediately file a Section 504 complaint with the Oregon Department of Education. You can request alternative dispute resolution process as part of this, and in this process, make your case for an independent education evaluation. You can also file a discriminatory harassment complaint. More information on filing a discriminatory harassment complaint. If your request for an independent education evaluation is denied, if your child is either on an IEP or 504, you can file a discriminatory harassment complaint with the district. However, the problem with this is that it takes 90 days to go through this complaint before you are able to appeal to the Oregon Department of Education. So you can request that the district waive this process to allow you to immediately appeal to the Oregon Department of Education. The fact that you have made a reasonable request for the district to pay for an independent educational evaluation, which the district refused to do because it was your intent to resolve the situation, can be erased in the context of your discriminatory harassment appeal to the Oregon Department of Education. My background, which qualifies me to conduct an independent education evaluation in situations where children with disabilities are being harassed or bullied, includes that I am a parent of children who were on IEPs. I am a former special education teacher and former attorney. I am a researcher and consultant in bullying and harassment prevention, and I have been a trial consultant on discriminatory harassment cases. I am also the author of 2 books that are directly relevant to these situations. You can find more information on my website. Also realize that I am available to provide professional development to educators on how they can better respond to these kinds of situations. And in the future, I will be providing professional development to other parent advocates or mental health professionals who might be interested in also doing independent education evaluations in these situations.